Tonight on EA Sports, it's Super Bowl Sunday. Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs taking on Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs taking on the NFC champions, the Philadelphia Eagles. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, for these Kansas City Chiefs, they, of course, were Super Bowl champions 3 years ago. The win over the Niners in Miami. They fell to the Bucs in Tampa a couple years back. They had the blown lead in the AFC title game against Cincinnati last year. And now they're back, making their third trip to the big game in 4 years.
And their recent history only increases the urgency to try and win another Super Bowl title with this group.
Meanwhile, it took until Super Bowl 52 for the Eagles to lift the Lombardi Trophy for the first time, and not too many players are left from that squad 5 years ago, but this new group is looking to write a new chapter of Eagles lore.
Yeah, we certainly all remember that performance in the win over New England. Nick Foles throwing for 373 yards, catching the Philly special that will go down as one of the most iconic play calls in Super Bowl history. Now they're back and looking to make it 2 titles in 6 years.
The hype and the talk is over. We're set for the big one. Super Bowl 57. Away we go from Arizona. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. Leading them out, the third-year player from Oklahoma by way of Alabama, Jalen Hurts.
As we begin the Super Bowl, we're looking at one of the game's most important players. And whether he's the centerpiece of the offense or taking a backseat to his teammates, offenses always look to the quarterback to be a leader in moments like this. He's got to be that calm, composed pillar out there who stays level-headed and keeps everyone focused on the task at hand.
Play action. Here's Hurts. And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
To put it mildly, that is not the way anyone wants to start off a game. You fumble on your first offensive snap. But now what you're worried about is, does that linger throughout the game for your guys on offense? And how's the defense going to handle it? Because no one expects to run out on the field on the first play and have to all of a sudden start to play themselves.
The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played, and his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. You can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you've got the biggest game of your life to win.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
From the 29, Mahomes. And no hesitations, they go right back to Kelce. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Well, Charles, look, and this is probably a harbinger of things to come. He's got such trust in his tight end, and they're on back-to-back plays. We're seeing that on display.
And when they have that kind of trust, they're not as worried about what the coverage is because they feel like they know each other so well. They'll make the subtle move downfield, and the ball will end up in the right spot. And by the way, partner,
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And I think the ball's out. And it's picked up by the Eagles.
Tell me I didn't just see these first two possessions. I mean, is this one of those cases of anything you can do, I can do
better?
Maybe not better, huh?
Worse?
Yeah, just a little bit. Very sloppy start. I think maybe a case of the nerves for both teams.
And now we're back to an even playing field. So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their second drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And there's so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd and 7, Hurts. And that's complete to Sanders. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Gotta credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Here's Hurts to throw. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Goedert. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Brett Kern now to punt this one away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. And they got across the 50 last time but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield, but as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a 1st down.
Mahomes firing complete. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Mahomes now to throw. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. Ball resting on the 10-yard line. It's 2nd and 1. Throwing now is Mahomes. He'll find Smith-Schuster again. And the Chiefs are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Isaiah Pacheco taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Chiefs are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Striking first in any game is very important, but on this stage, the biggest of stages in the Super Bowl, that's huge.
You fully expect the other team to battle all the way through, but when you're the one setting the pace, jumping out in front, that has to feel great for the entire organization.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Sanders toss left side. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Throwing again on second down. Hurts, open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 44-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Hurts fumbles it, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. This defense, Charles, very opportunistic here early. A second fumble recovery in this first quarter of play.
Yeah, you mentioned the right word, opportunistic and aggressive, because once they got the first fumble recovery, they were eager to get a second one, and sometimes they just come in bunches. On the flip side, they've got to figure out how to hold the ball because the play calls seem to be okay. They're just not executing.
The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, second down. It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. Mahomes now on first down. It's Kelce on the ground. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Second and 4. Now Mahomes. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But third down coming up.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Now they face a third down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. To throw, it's Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So able to add on to their first half lead here, Charles, forcing the miscue with a fumble and then turning that into 3 points.
Yeah, and more than happy to accept any mistakes the other side is willing to make. No problem. You turn it over, we'll take that, and we'll use it to expand our lead.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. Taken in at the 3. And able to get this out to the 25. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it first and 10. Throwing is Hurts. And this is caught by Watkins. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Going across the middle, and Goddard's got it. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
So now first and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 48-yard line. From the gun, it's Hurts. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw again. He's got Smith here. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to get the football here at their own 23. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now McKinnon to start the drive. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Open man downfield is Hardman. He's got it. The 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman, 72 yards. And the Chiefs will add to their first quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Butker on for the PAT. He's got it, and it's 17-0. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our score as they kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And out now come the Eagles. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls at work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll start with a handoff to Sanders. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
I would think as a play call, you want to look for some quick hitters to your tight end. Any type of a route to replace where that linebacker was. Because when you saw the speed with which he reacted and stuffed that play, maybe use that speed against him in the future.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Hurts. Left side here to Sanders. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger gain.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On third down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Here's Brett Kern now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. They've been off to the races already, a 17-0 lead. Now a chance for more here as they've got it 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have a Chiefs first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. A gain of 4 that time as the drive will continue. One quarter done, and 3 more to play here in Super Bowl 57. Already 17-0 our score. We'll return after this message. You're watching the NFL, and it's right here on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Now they'll throw with Mahomes, and that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. looking to throw. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. They're going to look to throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster. It's complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 36. The 3rd down conversion is successful. Give them 12 yards that time.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
On first down now, run with McKinnon. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
On first down, McKinnon again. And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. It was T.J. Edwards who brought him down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Mahomes to MVS there for the Kansas City first.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. This is a 26-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue, but all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this one complete to Smith. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right, then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's got his man. It's the tight end, Goddard. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. He delivers another to Goddard, complete. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. Now a 2nd down and 6. Hurts. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Over the middle to Smith. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. Escape, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That's George Karlaftis, who fought his way through the line to bury him.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. Now back to throw. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a fourth and goal.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added onto their lead, but that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Forced out to his left. A dump down to McKinnon. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And that's why you do all the drills that you do from the quarterback position, because you're not going to just throw to your strength. The right-handed quarterback naturally will want to move to the right side to throw the football. But sometimes you've got to go left, and that's exactly what happened on that play. Forced to his left, still able to accurately throw it downfield for a completion.
And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
On first down, Mahomes. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Mahomes now to throw. That's caught left side by Hardman. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
I like the thought process. I like the design, but I think he may have waited a little too long to spot his man, because if you're going to run that drag route, you've got to put it on him and let him turn upfield. Instead, he waits until his receiver's too close to the sideline, and they don't get the yards after the catch.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Open man is the tight end, Noah Gray. And boy, he had the marker square in his sights, but a good tackle's going to leave him about a yard or so short.
I thought maybe when he caught, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Running it with a fullback, Burton. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man you can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Straight ahead they go with McKinnon. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Mecole Hardman, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Chiefs continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. Just a great individual effort there to take that pop pass and scamper off into the end zone.
And that's why offenses love that play, partner, because that gives them a chance to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers with a full head of steam behind them. It's often like a track relay. Legs 2, 3, and 4. That first guy steaming ahead, and he just hands it to you, and you get a chance to take off and go before you even get the baton.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Hurts to throw. Again, that's Watkins. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Looking here for Smith downfield. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, their first 2 drives only yielded 3 points. They might be thinking it's time to make something happen. Push the ball downfield and try and gain some points that way. Unfortunately, incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. An option handoff given to Sanders. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle. That's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
The Eagles on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. They'll look to throw here. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
Two minutes on the clock in the 2nd quarter of this Super Bowl. A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. On 1st down, Hurts. It's caught by Sanders. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. they become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Looking to throw again on second down. Hurts. This is caught. It's Brown. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 19. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
Those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Touchdown, Eagles! Jalen Hurts on target to Dallas Goedert. And the Eagles are able to cut into that deficit.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and it's a 27-10 score now. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the drive was all finished off on the touchdown catch by Dallas Goedert. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Jerick McKinnon making his way back onto the field. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
Mahomes now on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now Mahomes. The tight end Kelce has it over the middle. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. Flushed out right. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
Second and short now following the fumble. Now here's Mahomes. It's Kelce on the grab. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Mahomes now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome everyone to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one is maybe not exactly in the bag yet, but there is definitely a big mountain to climb in this third quarter. The teams are already back out there, so let's not waste any time as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. And the Chiefs ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. And I would imagine this is where you have to take stock of the situation, CD, and say, gosh, we're halfway to the Lombardi Trophy. Let's not slow down now.
And I like the way you went there. Let's not slow down now, because the first half certainly went their way. And I would expect them to continue with that type of a game plan. But you're right. You do think back to Super Bowl 54. 49ers had a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter, couldn't hold on. So plenty can still happen.
And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Oh, that's a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. To throw, it's Mahomes. Looking underneath, and he finds McKinnon. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
On 2nd and 7, Mahomes complete, the tight end Kelce. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Mahomes going to throw. Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelce. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
Now Mahomes' throw complete to his tight end, Kelce. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
I'd have to say they're feeling like they are in rhythm right now. Things are in sync, aren't they? Team's winning, got a nice little margin on the scoreboard, completing some passes, and they just completed another one for a first down there to the tight end.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Mahomes firing complete, and he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And again, it's Mahomes. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 12 more yards there and another first down.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And he's got it. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. JuJu Smith-Schuster on the touchdown pass from Patrick Mahomes. And the Chiefs are starting to open things up here in the Super Bowl. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive.
And it's capped off by the touchdown from JuJu Smith-Schuster.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one. As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Hurts.
It's complete to Brown, right side. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to make it 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. KC's offense ready to take over.
And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down in those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
2nd down and 3.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs 1st down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Finding Kelce once again. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Shotgun snap to Mahomes.
Smith-Schuster hauling in yet another catch. And he's going to get this down near the 25. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
They're going to look to throw. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
Handoff, it's McKinnon. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
Looking to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. This will be a 34-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So tack on 3 more, though it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner. But at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great too.
after the field goal. Here's Butker to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts.
And his throw here's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hurts going to give it to Sanders on the option.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has now allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
The Sanders has got it complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a halt. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Looked to me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Fires the quick slant. A.J. Brown's got it. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
2nd and 2. Hurts a handoff to Sanders.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
Up the middle they go with Sanders. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Well, that ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And I mean, you're at the point here, third quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity. But think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line, because if you're a pass rusher, you're not even thinking about them running the football. All you're doing is getting into that sprinter stance and going after the quarterback.
Hurts.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Going for it with Sanders. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Just enough push up front. He only needed about 6 inches. He didn't get a whole lot more than that.
No, but he made sure he got enough so they didn't have to worry about measuring it or making it even close. Ends up picking up a couple of yards in a situation, as you noted, where he only needed inches.
On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
From the 7, it's 2nd and 5.
Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Just one more quarter remains in the season-long race for the Lombardi Trophy here at Super Bowl 57 from Glendale.
We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Sanders is into the end zone for an Eagle touchdown.
The touchdown was scored by the runner, but the offensive line, they feel like it's theirs. They blocked that one up perfectly, allowed him easy access to the end zone.
Elliott now to have the extra point. Now that shaves a bit off the lead. It's now a 23-point game. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. JuJu Smith-Schuster and the rest of this offense heading back out there.
He's been almost impossible to bottle up. You see that number 10 on your screen, a big reason why they have the lead.
One of the guys that's being featured in this game and making sure that he's targeted because they do trust him with the ball. That's why they go back to him time and time again.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And some room to roam now. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 74 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. From midfield, here's Mahomes. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 37. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Brandon, I got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
Tackle made by Kaiser White. You know he can fly to the ball, and he showed it there.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9. And it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelce. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that'll make it 2nd and goal.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Mahomes now to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
So backed up to the 6 now. 3rd and goal. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Buying time to his left. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are starting to pour it on the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. Butker now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it was all capped by Patrick Mahomes using his legs to get in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive, 1st and 10. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his pass incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Here's Hurts to throw.
And that's complete to Sanders. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. So they'll wind up losing 7 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Well, his completion percentage continues to rise with that one, but sometimes you want your completion percentage to go down. Maybe you should have thought about throwing that one away.
I was just going to say, it is easier said than done, but that's where you maybe bury it at his feet, make sure he doesn't catch it.
Great call right there. Put it near the receiver, no grounding, nothing like that, but no one gets a chance to pick it off either.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Quick slant to Brown. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this one complete to Smith. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. To throw again on 2nd down.
Hurts goes right back to Smith again. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Let's go, come on! Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 36. They'll look to throw again. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
On 2nd and inches.
Hurts. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly, they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
And as he throws and the ball is out, it's a live football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
So after the 4th down conversion, now 1st and 10 inside the 25.
They'll set up to throw. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Well, this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive yardage on each run.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Hurts. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
Well, he does have 1 touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him 1st and goal. But you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a 2nd time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play. From the gun, it's Hurts. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll set up a throw. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing is ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21.
114 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
From the gun, they will run with McKinnon. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Second down, McKinnon. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Pretty effective blitz there to stop the draw play right in its tracks.
And actually, when they blitz, draw play is supposed to work very well. You're supposed to have them bypass the runner, and he slips past them. But they put their eyes in the right place, took away all the creases, and slowed him down in a big way.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker, 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the 1st down, close it out.
Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
2nd and 8. They'll drop to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll look to throw. High throw, but the catch is made. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Dancing to his left. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
It's been a nice day for him as a passer and as a runner. One of the few mistakes he's made in this ball game. The wrong choice on that one. That one goes incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw again. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. And the Kansas City Chiefs are the Super Bowl champions. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs, you see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them, a fantastic season.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. And what a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.